Hello, everybody. Welcome to my weird, wonderful world. Today's a beautiful day, so my window is open. Any noise outside, I do apologize if there's any obtrusive noises. But anyway, also with the hat, I'll be wearing most often this hat when I'm talking about music on my channel or when I'm out and about. But otherwise, I still will be wearing I'll still be wearing the top hat every once in a while for certain other videos. So because I love them both. I love them both equally, and I want to be able to show both here and there. So that's what I've decided to do. So this topic for this video, I because my channel, I like to promote positivity and happiness and try to bring some joy to this world. And I thought, well, I want to show albums that in general, and this is all subjective, this is all opinions, okay? What most people would consider happy, to make you happy. That when you're done listening to the album, you feel more joyful, you feel more it makes you happier. Now, this I will have to eliminate off the bat because even though it makes me happy and I feel more joy and uplifted when I listen to it, because I hear past the somberness of some of the sounds. So to a lot of people that not in general would people consider this album to be a positive and happy sounding album. I mean, especially when you get the songs like Ticks and Leeches. So it would never count. So exclude it. And also exclude it just because of what it is, but it totally does count in many respects in any other type of comedy album of this type or whatever. And I'm talking about Weird Al Yankovic. You know, it's kind of hard to see that right there. Yeah. Let me, as you see, is that in, that should be, let's get that in focus. Boom. See, I have all the studio albums, every single one, and I love them all. And they make me happy. They're so energetic and happy, and they're all, PG. I always say PG. Yeah, PG maybe a little bit with the subject matter and everything. But I think it's fun and it's happy music. Even though some of the subjects maybe it's all in comedy. When comedy equates to happiness in some ways because comedy makes people happy. Now I have the first 10 here that I'm going to show in the. I'm probably going to try to break this all up in thumbnails too, so you get to the right chapters. Uh, yeah. So consider everything else as honorable mentions. Now, the first 10 here I'm going to show are picked basically when I looked online, of course, I asked Google what are the happiest albums that and these were picked, and I also, like usual, check Reddit and 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 look what they have said. And I'm agreeing with all of these for sure. And then after I have 10 more that I'm going to show you that are my personal choices. All, of course, I have to own it. It has to be from my personal music collection. So I am the first one here I'm going to vote for would be the B-52s. Yeah, the B-52s. Anything. I would say anything from the B-52s. Then when you're done listening to the B-52s, you feel happiness. You feel joy. So that is my first choice, of course. Then well, not my first choice actually. This is all in random order. I'm just showing you from what Google said. It chose Revolver. Let's get this in focus. Focus. Come on, focus. Why aren't you focusing? Come on. Well, you guys see it. Should be focusing in better. Huh? Why? That's weird. Here we go. That focuses, but for some reason the drawing doesn't want to focus. Let's try that again. Yeah, okay, there's its focus. So revolver. Yeah, I love the camera, so I want to show it off. And then we got Abbey Road. Now, Google had said that these two albums are considered. Oh, come on! Why aren't you focusing? Focus on. Okay, let's focus on me. Then focus on the guys. Oh, why? It wants to focus sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't want to focus. But you get the picture. You guys know it. I shouldn't do that. I'm not going to be doing that with every single one. I'm not going to linger that long on it. I just want to show you, first of all, what. And I agree again with these songs. And let's get into the. I don't care how long this episode is. It's going to go as long as it needs to. But I agree. When you listen to these and other albums of the Beatles, like when you listen to the Magical Mystery Tour, I like that could have been a really big contender, of course. 'Cause I listened to that on my way home last night from work. I had that on, and it's so good. It's so good, especially side one. I love all the songs. The you know, I Am the Walrus is a personal favorite of mine on that one, but these would definitely count. Okay. It also chose this one, Paul Simon's Graceland. Yeah, big crack on that. I'm not changing that case. It's fine on this. I like it. I do like it, and I'm happy to have it. It was actually in that very first gift box I ever received from Larry Graves. So I do cherish it, and I will never get rid of it. I do need to listen to it, but it'll probably be a while before I come back to it. I totally agree with this one, and it does deserve. This is a happy sounding album. I find it can be it's somber sounding. I mean, not somber. No, it's not somber in any way. Relaxed. It sounds very relaxed. We're talking about the Beach Boys' Pet Sounds. Maybe it's because of the reflection. Once it gets a see, yeah, it's reflection. Sometimes with the reflection, it doesn't know what to focus on. So there we go. The yeah, it's so good. Of course, the two disc one. Also, it says it shows Fleetwood Mac rumors as one too. Let's get the reflection off of there so I can come on. There we go. It's just all about the angles. But yeah, Fleetwood Mac rumors. I agree. I agree. It's a when you're done listening to it, there's a bit of a you feel happier, and that's the point of all these is what albums do you listen to that when you're done, and this is the general consensus, I guess. So how about like David Bowie's Ziggy Stardust? Let's get in. Come on. I want this to. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now it's had it. There we are. I just don't. I want to get that reflection off of that. But yeah, Stardust is one that they mentioned, and for some reason, I guess because it is a party album, ending with Purple Rain, but still, it's a feel-good, happy album. It has a certain energy to it, and Prince's Purple Rain. Yeah, why not? That's what again. That's what Google and it was saying. They were also saying this one here, Michael Jackson's Thriller, the world's best-selling album of all time, and still is, still is. So, so I agree. This is a happy, energetic album, even though it's not necessarily about the subject matter. It's about the overall feel of the album. That when you're done listening to it, you feel happier and more energized. And oddly enough, for a strangely titled album, that you would like, with the title of the album, you would say, how could that be a happy, positive sounding album? But it is. I'm talking about Arcade Fire's Funeral. Arcade Fire's Funeral. Very, I say is very much. I don't think it knows what to focus on here. Let's see. Once it able to focus, it doesn't matter. It's not gonna. The focus is never gonna work perfectly every time. But I'm happy. Oh, there it is. I'm happy with when it does. So Arcade Fire Funeral. That again, that's what Google was saying. Now, my 10 that I'm about to show you, I looked in all of my CDs, and there's so much that does not qualify, like for say Ozzy, even though people will listen to it and it'll make them happy, but the overall feel and the overall even the content to a degree has to reflect a bit of a happy-go-lucky, more positive, more happy feelings. So, like Ozzy Osbourne, I couldn't put anything from Ozzy or definitely not Black Sabbath. I couldn't pick anything from Metallica. I thought maybe I might be able to get something from Rush here and there. That when you're done listening to certain Rush albums, you're happy. I say I say Hemispheres for me is a happy album when I'm done listening to it, because especially when you're done listening to La Villa Stragiato, which is an instrumental, and instrumental shouldn't count. That's kind of in a different category all its own. But by the time you're done that album, I feel joyful and I feel happy. Okay, let's start with this one here of these are my choices from what I have from my collection. ZZ Top Eliminator. That's that's a pretty happy album in a way. And I'm talking about the album. By the time you get to the last song of Bad Girl, I'm not talking about any of the bonus stuff in that. I have this cool special edition that has a. Let's get that in focus so you can read that, because I want you to see what's on this. Come on, it will work. I just gotta. There we go. Give me all, yeah. So you can see what's on side B there, and the second disc, which is a DVD, the videos, live stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So, it makes me happy, and I'm sure many people that listen to it, it'll make them happy. Now, I love the Black Keys, and I find by the time I'm done this album here, Let's Rock by the Black Keys. Let's hide my face so it'll focus on that. So let's rock. Yeah, I do believe I feel that's a really rocking album, and it makes me happy. And a few others of their albums will have that same effect. I think when you're done listening to this album, you'll feel happier. And again, these are all my opinions, my perspective. I'll even dare say Green Day Dookie here. Green Day Dookie here is very. Well, I love that. Now I can show you some details from covers and stuff. Yeah, I might talk about the album covers in the future video now that it's so much clearer. But I find when you're done listening to Dookie, you feel more joyful, happier. I will also dare say, and I say they're a happy, fun, popish, bouncy band in so many respects. I love this stuff with with the Resolos here, and the flying, the flying saucer attack. But I'm talking about the initial album of. Let's see if I can't get this focused in. Let's get in it. There we go. Now you can kind of see what's in there. So I'm talking about Can't Stand the Resolos, just the first 13 tracks right there. So I think just that album alone is joyful. But everything is so joyful. Like no matter what I listen to from this, I feel happy after. What about REM Green? or even a couple of other ones there. And there's some that get a little bit sad, like Everybody Hurts. But in general, I find this is a pretty happy sounding sounding album. What's the other one with shiny happy people holding? That's a pretty happy sounding song on that one. But all of this is pretty good. I particularly like Stand and yeah, it's a great album. I love REM. I need to get more REM. I think I always felt this album here when I was a youth, when I had this on cassette, of course. But I'm talking about Huey Lewis and the News Sports. That's a pretty happy sounding album, if I do say so myself. And this is completely my opinion, of course, on that one. I have also I consider a lot of Sebastian to be really happy sounding albums. Trying to get this in focus. Sometimes you approach it slowly. It might go in focus. I'm just testing out the camera and see how also doing this. So yeah, but this Bell and Sebastian album, and there's the there's this track listing there for you. I find by the time I'm done this album, I feel happier. I feel more joyful. This is my one of my latest gifts I get from Larry Graves. But how could you not be happy and joyful and in a better mood? Yeah, and a lot of this too is that's another factor is being that when you're done listening to these, you're in a better mood. And I say with the Beastie Boys, Licensed to Ill, you're in a better mood, especially when you get to songs like Fight for Your Right, No Sleep Till Brooklyn, Paul Revere, Hold It Now, Hit It. And it's so good. Brass Monkey, Funky. You know, slow and low, that is the tempo. Come on, how can you not be happy with some Beastie Boys in your life? I think that it's so joyful, and also another band that doesn't matter what album I play, it makes me happy. I feel more joyful. I feel more lighthearted, and it sparks, and especially come on, look at this album cover, right? Look at this album cover and tell me, just with the album cover alone, that you're not happier in life, that you're not joyful. This here kills me. This here just, I think this is the funniest thing ever. I so love that. I'm just talking about the album cover only, but everything, that track listing, when, like, I predict. How fun is that? How fun is that? Mickey Mouse, mustache, like even instant weight loss, Tarzan and Jane, and I'm starting to really like the song, the Decline and Fall of Me. I understand completely where Larry Graves is coming from with that one. That is really climbing as, but I think Angst in My Pants is still my favorite song on there, and then finishing off with Eaten by the Monster of Love with the ow man. Oh, it's just so good, so good. I love it, I love it. So one of the most joyful albums in so many ways. So happiness, yeah. I'm saving one for the last. Okay, but this is the second, the last that I'm showing here. It's this Matthew Sweet, 100% fun. It's right there in the title. This album is 100% fun. I love this album. It's probably my favorite Matthew Sweet album. Yeah, I'm voting this as my favorite Matthew Sweet album. By the time I'm done listening to it, again, I feel more happier. I feel more joyful. So, yeah, when it comes to music, you want to spread joy. Now, this last one here I'm showing is from a local band, a band that I've been following now since I've been introduced to them by my good friend Robert Cormier and Francine McClure, who has her own little band of folk music. It doesn't really qualify for this, of course, but it's still really good music for the type of music it is. I say is good quality music for Acadian music, and there's so much great Acadian music of that old style type that I'm not necessarily into. It's not my, but I really appreciate it, and I'm happy to have their album. I should show that. Yeah, I'll go get it. Just give me a second. It's not far. It's right over here. There it is. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, that probably gave you a good moment to look at my wall a little bit more in focus, because I'm sure once I left, that became more in focus. Yeah, I'm talking about the Francine McClure, and like there's the trio with Michel Chazon, who does violin and guitar work. But yes, that's her wonderful album, and I can show you a little bit. Yeah, now that it'll focus. Hopefully, it'll focus on her. Oh, that CD just fell out. I gotta be careful with that. Put that in safely. I cherish it. I really want to show you. This should come in. Come on. There we go. If you guys read French, but that's Francine McClure. Yeah, so if you ever have a chance, check out her album. It's only 20 minutes long, 6 songs, 20 minutes long. So it's worth your 20 minutes. But the band I'm talking about, really, it's the Great Balancing Act, and this album of Planet of Song. How can you not listen to this album and feel happier, more joyful? Their voices are there's joy. You hear that they have fun, that they really enjoy what they're singing and playing. They created all themselves, and like you can't not listen to a song like here's the band. Let's focus. Come on, it's gonna focus. I really want you to see them. There we go. So there's the song listings. So Dead Man Turned Me On is a whole. It's all about that conspiracy that Paul McCartney is not the real Paul McCartney. That he's been replaced by a by a double. But that's such a stupid rumor. So there's the people's names on the bottom, so you can look them up, and yeah, they're all wonderful people, and I was so happy to go and see them, and I like to see them perform again for sure. So as happy as albums go, that makes me happy. Yeah, the Great Balancing Act. All right, I am done. It's a longer video than I've been making lately. I just wanted to give you a little bit more content, and again, positive, happy content as much as I can. I will be doing my Beatles review of the mid review of the years, doing with Rubber Soul and the previous one. So I want to kind of round it up. I just need to kind of write everything down, and I haven't had a chance to do that yet. But I'll be doing that. I need to do that before I get to do it, and so it'll be tomorrow, no matter what. I love you guys out there. So please leave me likes, because I do like those. I love comments. So I do my best to try to get to you in a timely manner. I wish I was better at it sometimes, but I love you guys. So everybody, please be safe. Take care. I will see you on the flip side. And please, everybody, just have a great day, evening, morning, night, or afternoon, wherever you may be. Peace, everybody.